whatever. This is my life. So how many people here have been using agents to connect to APIs? Okay, good. Yeah, and how many are concerned about prompt injection with any of the stuff that you're doing? Yeah. Some of you, I don't know, it's still an issue, right? It's, and for me, I'm a skeptic. I'm one of the weird people. It's like I'm totally on the cutting edge, want to do everything, and I'm afraid to death that I'm just going to mess everything up. So I build things where I keep controls in different places. And so today what I'm going to do is share something that I built for myself at my, oh, it didn't connect, at my company. It's literally an internal tool. It worked last time. Maybe I'm not on. I'm not on. Anyway, it's an internal tool. So I am running a company called Cirdia, and we're building apps for women's health. And it's great, and I spend most of my time building my company, building my products, building my different things, and very little of my time doing the other parts I really should be doing as the founder and CEO, which is growing our ecosystem, getting customers, getting partners, doing all of that. I know I have to do it, but I just put it off till the end, and I develop products instead. So there's nothing really interesting up there yet. But anyway, so what I decided, because it wasn't really working across my team, I have lots of people in the growth space, but they're not the go-getters. They're not the ones that like make things happen. They're support. And so I needed systems that were going to be pulling at me, driving me to do things, bringing things to me, because that's what's going to make me do something in certain areas. So I decided it was time to put some agents to work for myself in this area. And in particular, I schedule myself to go to conferences. So I'm going out in the world. I was just in New York. So I go to conferences. I'm meeting people on LinkedIn. I'm doing lots of one-on-one meetings. I'm meeting with prospective partners. And in that case, it's a lot basically people who are in the medical space. And anyway, the thing is I've got to figure out who they are, and I've got to like set these things up, and I suck at it. So this is what I built. And the core thing here is my skepticism and my concern about it is like the way that I did it, the way I architected it is I put this break in the middle, and it's totally only built for me to use. I did not build a product. This is so like I am like orienting this to myself. I'm sort of more techie, so I'm happy to use curl commands in my terminal instead of building a UI for myself. I just don't need it. So that's how it's working. So I'm going to just basically walk you through. One other quick thing, and this is more of just a sense of how people are. Who here lives more in Slack or Teams or something like that rather than working in your email inbox? Yeah, well, okay, so half and half. I hate email. I despise email. It's one of the things I wish that we could just get rid of because it's the slowest thing in the world. I never look at it. And everything, when I say pull, it needs to pull me where I am. And I'm in two places. I'm in my own system, which is the back end my company's built. And I'm in our Mattermost, which is the version of Slack that we use, which is just an installed open source thing. So what I'm going to show you today is sort of my workflow with agents, taking me through a lot of personal decision making, and then the way that I get it into my back end because I don't trust anything. So starting off, so that's sort of the problem. So what I'm going to do is show you a couple of things that's not over there yet. So the part that's kind of intriguing here is how it works. Whoa, hello, with Mattermost. And so if you're familiar with most apps these days, they have the slash commands. Mattermost has slash commands. Everything has slash commands. So what I've built in is a whole mess of slash commands so that I can tell the agent what to do whenever I feel like telling the agent what to do directly from my Mattermost, which is where I am. So I wake up every day, and I'll get to the code part in a second, but this is a code part with slash commands. So I wake up every day, and there's new things, and I've got all these agent things, partners, health, well, the health just gives me the health check, LinkedIn, conferences, podcasts. It's just all the things that are coming in. So this one is partners, right? So it's bringing me, these are people who are, hey, maybe you should meet with this person. This is why you should meet with this person. If it's not enough, or if I need more that day, I can just do slash again, basically, and that's going to queue a run. It'll run sometime while we're here. It'll go fill it in. One of the things for me about this stuff is nothing is like super, super urgent. Like, I'm on Mattermost all day long. If this stuff pops in 30 minutes, I don't care. I have different settings in there. I have crons running in the background. So basically what that's doing, I'll just come and show you what the partners, actually I think I'm walking us through the LinkedIn one here instead. Yeah, we're walking through the LinkedIn one. So basically I have a config file that basically tells me what is it going to do, what my candidate batch size is. I know you started looking at this, so basically it's what agent and the webhook URL into, it's very simple stuff, right? Then I go to my sources. This is the fun. This is where I go and I basically tell it what to do. Where are you going to look? How are you going to look? What's important? What are my keywords? One of the things I do that's probably not normal, I don't even know if I'm going to do it long term, is I'm not working off of the API in Anthropic. I'm actually working off of my own account. I have a lot more information built up in my account, so it's on using my Max account. So it gets better context about me, even beyond what I've written in the code. It helps it source from what it knows, you know. So anyway, this is basically the YAML that's saying, look for these kinds of things, and it's instructed to do that. I'll jump to the prompt next, which is, you know, whatever, a prompt, a long prompt, probably too long of a prompt. But basically, it's going and telling it to do a bunch of things here. So let's go up to the top. It's sourcing candidates. It's like looking for, it's just all the stuff that we do. Sorry, I'm looking at my own code and trying to talk to people. I should look at it here, but I don't have it mirrored. So basically, I don't know, this is so basic. This is doing web fetches. This is not doing anything critical. It's not doing anything. All the information's out there for what I'm looking for this stuff. I wrote it, some by hand, some with Claude. Yeah, I do a combination. Claude did a lot of this stuff, but on this one, because I was in a hurry. And I've just been basically manipulating it little by little as I go forward. So I did a first run, implemented it, because there was no risk. My implementation, what's it going to do? Send me a bad Mattermost message? Okay, bummer. So I just threw it all out there real fast, and it's been one of those. I work with this particular project a lot looser than I do with my products that are going to market, because this is just my internal tool. So I don't really care as much. If it messes up, it can't go anywhere. It's contained to it has very little access. So, which is kind of the point for me. But it sources. The one thing that's really important is that it creates some drafts here, and it's calibrating. It's deciding, you know, there's 100 things it could find. I'm asking for 2 at a time. So it has to come down. It has to know which ones it's done already. Sorry, I'm looking for where. And then here's where I've given it an output where I've actually expressed it. I want it to give me a JSON output that's pretty straightforward, because I don't want it going all over the place. I don't want it jumping and changing all the time. I want a very clear, give me this. Now what's cool in here is that there is a thing, it tells it not to include the date or the same person or anything like that. If it repeats the URL from their LinkedIn, it goes on to another list that's in a local database that's keeping it from coming back. But then you'll see down here within feedback, this is really great. I'm even telling it how to deal with my contradictions, because I do contradictory feedback. I'm human, I make mistakes. So I'm reminding the agent that, like, well, just use the most recent one if I'm contradictory, because I am. Does this one have any feedback? No, this one doesn't. My other one, so you can see here, I've got a conference research one, a LinkedIn outreach. Partner, I know I have feedback that's contradictory. Nope, not partner. What must be one of my other ones? Podcast, maybe. Yeah. I was giving it some persistent things and then newest entries at the bottom. I don't know, one of them, maybe it's my blog one. I also have this doing a reactive blog, which it finds things that I want to go, all wrong. I need to say something about this. So it's helping me find things. So I'm going to go back to LinkedIn for a minute, because we've already looked at that. Great. So let's move back into what it does for a second. There we go. Oh, it hasn't run it. Well, I'll go up here. I'll go show you a couple different things that it's done. I've got pending. So basically, this is just built out with slash commands. I mean, like, every slash command is telling either the agent to send me new things, or it's working with a combination of, not all of it, obviously, is agent-based. Some of it is very simple sort of stuff. But the one thing I really love about it is that if I don't like what it's doing, I can tell it to do something different. I'm going to give you an example in the LinkedIn one. So LinkedIn's writing me connect messages, and sometimes it writes me really bad messages, really bad messages. And so what I can do is I can tell it to revise it, basically. I do a revision, and then I give it guidance about no, I don't want to talk to that person about this. I want to talk to them about this other thing. Can you just write me something else? The other thing I can do, which I'll do now because I actually want to convert this one. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. Sorry, I haven't vetted it. This is where I'm careful. Well, no, I can. This is good. This is perfect. Sorry. This is me not knowing what my own stuff does, right? I'm here to tell you how it can't go into anything. And what I'm not going to do. Oh, I didn't tell it which one. Trying to work with a monitor behind you is very difficult. Vanessa Julia Carpenter. I don't have to write all of this. I just know that that name works. No, it didn't. Maybe I'm spelling her wrong. Well, crap. We'll forget this one. We'll do it over here. So in LinkedIn, the reason I even have convert, there we go. The reason I have convert in the LinkedIn one is because it's assuming that I'm going to write a message inside of LinkedIn. You know how LinkedIn doesn't like you to mess with it and go do anything via API. So I've basically made it so it's manual, just helping me to go do it. It gives me the link, gives me the message. I can just go paste it in. But sometimes I want that person in my CRM. And I don't just want them in LinkedIn. And I want to send them an email. And so what I've built is a convert from the LinkedIn to, hey, if I have the email already, that's why it needs some information, I can tell it, hey, take this lead that you found for me. I already have a connection to them through this other path, but they're not in my CRM. Convert them and add the email.
What do you use as a CRM?
I built it myself.
That's something you built from scratch?
It's in my back end. I hate CRMs. I despise CRMs. They give you 300 million things to do that you don't want because you want 3 things. And so I built the 3 things that I wanted, and I built it directly into my back end for my company. And so it's in my own API. It very much, I don't have it that listed here because it's not really an AI thing so much. But my curl goes to my API, my back end. Yeah.
How do you separate sir, can you please share the flow, how the leads comes to your CRM? It's after event, you just manually add to the CRM, and after that you come.
So this is it right here. This is it right here, and I can pull up the API code as well. So basically, what this is, you can see it's looking for the Cirdia API token up on here. So what I have the agent do is all the way through the process of finding my people, crafting my messages, helping me do things, able to do all the revisions, and then this is where this whole system ends. And once I get this curl command, I can take it to basically my terminal, and my terminal's set up and nobody else's is, so it only works for me because currently I don't have it anywhere else. So I can take it into my terminal, and I'm not, oops, I already have it open. I'm not going to do it because I actually haven't vetted this message. And what this will do, coming back to it, and I'll show you a different one, but what this is going to do is if you look at the curl, it's written it up so that it's going to add basic data to my CRM. So I've got my recipient name. My recipient name is also the person's name. It's going to assign it to me, the recipient email name, the practice name. It's going to send the message, and then it's got a next action, a pitch, angle, and all these tags. So essentially what I'm doing here is one command, copy, paste. It goes into my CRM. It sets a follow-up 5 business days, which means it's going to just show up as assigned to me in the CRM, popping back up. I think I have assigned. I don't see that on here. On my the curl commands are slightly different for each agent right now, and I'm still finding where those differences are and making the changes. But basically what happens is then it shows up in there, and it knows that it's related to me. It knows that I haven't done anything, and because there's an email sent, there's other automation in the CRM that says, oh, an email went out. Is there a response? Now start the follow-up process, and that's got some other built-in things. So I don't worry about putting everything into the curl. That's what it is.
So you have the CRM data and you have the data from your app, and I have the same thing, but I was wondering, so you have the users from your app,
Mm-hmm.
and then the CRM one, how do you link them to each other?
Well, the users from my app are not. So this is a partner, for example. So this is not a user for my app.
Okay.
This is somebody who would recommend users for my app. And so what I have is I have partnerships with various people who are clinicians who are working with women for different stages of medical or maybe wellness, different kinds of ways. Some are coaches, some are clinicians. It all varies. But what they do, what these are, is they recommend the users, their clients, to use our app because we're a lived experience tracking app. So they can put all of their experiential data of symptoms that they have or things that they're doing that on the advice of their clinicians and track what they're doing, and then they can share it back with their clinicians. So that's why this is really CRM, but CRM for partners.
Okay, yeah. So you don't have overlap, so this program.
No, we don't. Not on this. We don't. None of the ones I'm using agents for are directly overlapping with the use of our apps and our products and our backend for customers. They're just built into the same place because they're kind of sourcing the ecosystem of data that is shared. Like the CRM, it's not like a personal CRM with everybody I know. It's a CRM that's for my products. So, yeah. So that's what it's doing. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah.
In follow-up actions,
Yeah.
it's just text. So presumably that will go into an agent will.
No. No, because what this is, oops, it just went away. So I noticed it was just like, that text is just for me. That's just what goes into notes. See, and this is why there aren't other fields, because the CRM already has automation.
Okay.
It's not agent-based automation. It's more deterministic automation. So I didn't need to add a whole bunch of extra things about what to do later. Yeah.
So with the LinkedIn cold outreach,
Yes.
you send the message to new connections or people you are already connected with?
Usually new connections.
Okay.
And that works really well, by the way.
And what kind of variables do you use to personalize that message to get that kind of results?
Well, okay, so I'll show you one thing that maybe, if it comes back, that I can do in here under, let's go to LinkedIn. So let's go find something I haven't done. That's Julia. Let's go find somebody that it told me about. Okay, so Priya. Okay, so if I were to say details, sorry, I don't know how to type and look backwards to make sure I'm doing, no, I don't, see, clearly I don't know how to do any of this. If I do details Priya, it's going to do a more context request. First of all, when it does the search for people, it goes and it's looking already for like how would they be related to me, what I'm doing, why would it be important, what do they care about, and I've already given a lot of detail on that to begin with. But then sometimes I don't like what it says, or maybe it's not enough, or it's like, well, why? I can go look at their LinkedIn, but that doesn't always tell me everything. What this does when I write details is it goes out and does a full web fetch search on this person and finds everything it can find and does the sorting and sifting and relating it to what I'm doing. So it takes it a deeper step. This was super important. I went to a conference last month. I used this to evaluate all the speakers at the conference and like understand who I really should be sure to connect with and who would, what we had in common, why I should talk to them, what might be a good in. It was super helpful. So that's kind of, it's automating the stuff that I just hate doing. So, all right, that's it.